In this video, we will demonstrate how to set up a connection on SaaS for Astral reports. If your Business Central is hosted by Microsoft, then it is SaaS, which stands for Software as a Service. Otherwise, it will be on-premise. To begin, let's select a cell and open login details from the Astral Reports ribbon. Here, you need 3 pieces of information. A reference for the connection, which is anything that makes sense for yourself, your Business Central URL, and tenant ID, which you will retrieve from Business Central. Authentication type shows a variety of authentication types. In this case, let's select Office 365 and tick Use Astral 365 Authentication. Note that Astral 365 Authentication is for the SaaS version of Business Central. For on-premise installations using Office 365 Authentication, it is slightly more complex, and there is a more detailed video available. Now, open Business Central and click on the search icon, typing in Web Services and select Web Services from the options. Then, scroll to A365 Astral Reports Code Unit. The key piece of information to take away from here is the SOAP URL. Open this in the New tab and copy the URL from the / to the beginning of the URL. Reopen Excel and paste this into your Business Central Service URL section. Then, fill in the reference section. To fill in the tenant section, the simplest way is to copy the string from the Business Central Service URL and paste it into the tenant. Once completed, click Save and then click Test. Note here that the message being displayed is shown in case you have stored credentials that are no longer valid and allows you to remove the credentials and re-enter them. You should then see the following successful connection message. Simply click OK and close the Connections window. Note here, if you have multiple connections, you can specify the default connection here. This is so that when inserting a function, you can keep the connection blank and Astral Reports will pick up the default connection. You should now be able to use Astral Reports that will retrieve data using this connection. As an example, we will retrieve the General Ledger Accounts data by clicking on Get Table and selecting General Ledger Accounts. Now we'll demonstrate populating the account names without specifying a connection. Note that connection is blank. Astral Reports will use the previously set default connection to populate the data,